This is a video response to the Legacy of Fire adventure path. I tried to put the text on there for the Gnoll stats, but I guess I got too much on there for the description part and the about part for the video, so I'm just gonna do a quick video response here. This Gnoll that I generated as a PC race, it was before the advanced race guide came out, so a lot of these you'll see was done with more of an artistic fashion with a theme behind the Gnoll. So later on I'll probably videos to follow. At some point I'll add a Gnoll on there using the advanced race guide, so you can see the weighted costs, or if you're familiar or have some knowledge, some ease with using that race builders section, you'll be able to get right into this and just determine what things you want to add or take off of this one I'm about to provide to you. So, without any further delay, the Gnoll. Hunched and feral, this furred hyena-headed humanoid stands slightly taller than the average human. I gave them a +2 to Constitution, +2 to Dexterity, and a -2 to Charisma. They get Dark Vision. Gnolls can see in the dark out to 60 feet. One unique trait I added here was something called Hyena's Gait. Gnolls can drop to all fours as a free action, dropping any items held in their hands. While on all fours, they gain access to the run feat. Standing back up is a swift action, since their legs are unique, more dog-shaped compared to their other goblinoid cousins. I figured that was a pretty interesting one to add there. Next one's Iron Stomach. Gnolls are immune to mundane ingested diseases and toxins. They also receive a +2 racial bonus on survival checks. Medium. Gnolls are medium creatures and have no bonuses or penalties due to their size. Natural Armor. Gnolls have a +2 natural armor bonus. Keen Senses. Gnolls receive a +2 racial bonus on perception skill checks. And then I added the one thing called Scent Location. Gnolls add half their level to survival skill checks made to follow or identify tracks by smell. So you'll notice that one's a different version from the Scent ability in the Bestiary, I believe 302, or that's where all these start. So you can always tell there that was different from the Advanced Race Guide. Survival skill checks. Okay. Sneaky. Gnolls receive a +4 racial bonus to stealth checks. Languages. Gnolls begin speaking Common and Gnoll. Gnolls with high intelligence scores can choose from among the following bonus languages: Dwarven, Giant, Orc, Goblin, Undercommon. So that's the stats for those. If you want to do Gnoll alternate racial traits, I have some very interesting ones you might like. One is called Butcher's Lure. You can use your hyena cackle to shaken foes. Anyone within 30 feet must make a will save or be frightened. Those who succeed on the save are shaken instead. The save DC is 10 plus half the Gnoll's level, plus Charisma modifier, and its effects last 1 round. This racial trait replaces Sneaky. The next one is called Carrion Eater. You receive a +4 bonus to saving throws against poison and checks made to resist disease. This racial trait replaces Iron Stomach, so it's kind of like an upgrade there. Claw Fighter. You possess vicious claws, which you can use as natural weapons for 1d6 damage. You can treat your claws as light blades, and you are considered to have a weapon in each hand. You cannot enchant your claws. This racial trait replaces Hyena's Gait. There's another one called Gnoll Tracker. You gain a +5 bonus to survival checks made to track and to perception checks made to penetrate an illusion or disguise. You can use this if you can convince the GM that the scent is relevant to the check. This racial trait replaces keen senses. Swift Bite. When you score a critical hit, you can choose to deal an extra 1d6 plus strength modifier damage with a bite and 1 point of bleed damage. This racial trait replaces natural armor. So already you can see there's a lot of things that are vastly different compared to what I've done with other things in my section with the race builds that were homebrew in style. So this is more of a, it's dated back before the release of that book. So you can see some of these are kind of all over the place. But I just want to post this just in case you're going to do a Legacy of Fire right away and needed something quickly done if you weren't going to go with what was listed in the back of the Advanced Race Guide for the Gnoll that they had made an example of. Racial characteristics. Gnolls tower over humans, with the average Gnoll standing over 7 feet tall when not hunched. So for the most part they're hunched, which gives them that medium size. Despite their physical strength, Gnolls are lean, Gnolls are really muscle-bound, and they move with remarkable speed. Their eyes are bright green or yellow and gleam whenever they catch the light. Gnolls are covered with a thick coat of fur, which generally ranges from light to dark brown, depending on their clan. This might be a uniform color or broken up by stripes or spots. A number of Gnoll bloodlines have members, both male and female, who possess crest-like manes of hair that run from the head and down the spine. These rise up when Gnolls are frightened or angry, like cackles. Although these are general traits, the traces of demonic blood in Gnolls can produce unusual features. An obvious example of this are the talons of the Gnoll ball fighter, but this can manifest in lesser ways. A Gnoll might have gleaming red eyes or black fur with fiery orange spots. A wide range of variation is possible. Gnolls mature with remarkable speed for intelligent humanoids. Some cite this as proof of their demonic heritage and suggest that it is unnatural for a creature to be ready for battle so soon after birth. They have short lifespans, and in fact they really live longer than 30 years, but they typically remain remarkably strong and vigorous right up to the end of their days. When their strength leaves them, it is a sudden and catastrophic decline. Now, some advice for Gnoll adventurers in Legacy of Fire. Gnolls are primal creatures, and instinct plays a powerful role in their lives. Pack and family bonds are important to them, and while they might squabble to establish lines of dominance between such challenges, Gnolls are steadfast allies. In battle, Gnolls are strong team players, and they set aside any thought of personal glory to assist an ally. When separated from their own kind, Gnolls seek a surrogate pack and are loyal to those they choose as friends. Gnoll behavior seems aggressive to other creatures. A Gnoll is more likely to demand an answer than ask a question. Among Gnolls, this sort of intimidation isn't considered a hostile act. It is a way of establishing strength. Gnolls are natural predators, and they love the thrill of the chase and the challenge of the hunt. Most prefer the wilds to civilization, but some adapt and come to see the city as another sort of jungle. Gnolls are natural scavengers, and they love to collect trophies of their victories and experiences. These can range from grisly remnants to simple objects that remind them of an event. Tales say that Gnolls were born of the blend of beast and demon, and this is something that should be kept in mind with any Gnoll character. The ferocity of the fiend lies within even the noblest of Gnolls, and this could manifest in many ways. Gnoll characteristics: aggressive, carnivorous, cunning, feral, fierce, loyal, predatory, primal, swift, tough, and wild. Some male Gnoll names: Dagner, Duran, Drok, Grin, Rask, Ronk, Grain, Hein, Loin, Line, Mongrel, Songrel. Okay, this sounds all guttural now. Female Gnoll names Dagnir, Nara, Gernora, Gernrent, Hyra, Hygrana, Laura, Shrilla, Tarnira, Yargna. Adventure and ideals. Let's say we embrace this one adventure and ideal that Gnoll is a fugitive. Among the children of Lamashu, the greatest crime is compassion. There is no room for mercy in the butcher's broad. The fugitive is a rare Gnoll who turned against his upbringing and found light in the darkness. The Gnoll turned of its own accord in the midst of a massacre. Whatever the crime, the fugitive is now hunted by its own clan. That's one thing. It's pretty nice. Another one called the Exile. The Exile might have similar roots to the fugitive. The Gnoll, who turned against the savage ways of his people, but it is not being hunted. The Gnoll is a child of a powerful scourge, perhaps a daemon. Matt Damon! And has shown visions of the PC's destiny, claiming that their offspring will become the greatest scourge of all, spreading blood and terror across the land, and that this time of wandering is part of its destiny. The Exile has been branded with a mark that speaks of its destiny, and the Gnolls of its clan do not hunt it, nor do they have anything to do with the Exile until it's time for it to become a monster of legend. Can the PC become a hero, or is it the Exile's epic destiny to become the right hand of someone spreading terror across the land? Another one called the Gladiator. Gnolls are powerful warriors, and in the lands of Katapesh have yet to outlaw slavery. Gnoll pups can fetch a healthy price. The Gladiator was raised to fight and kill, and use its feral instincts to earn gold for its master. Perhaps it escaped captivity. Perhaps the Gladiator killed its master and ran. Either way, the Gladiator has lived a harsh and brutal life, and has seen little to love in the human world. The Gnoll is grim, stoic, but perhaps its PC companions can help the Gladiator find hope and a reason to live besides slaughter. The Orphan is another one. The Gnoll was found as a child and raised by members of another race. As such, it hasn't inherited the brutal ways of its ancestors. Despite its frightening appearance, this Gnoll can follow almost any path imaginable. At the same time, it might find strange and savage instincts lurking in its soul. The Gnoll might discover that it is an effort to restrain itself in battle, and that its blood calls it to slaughter. Can the orphan ignore these primal impulses, or will they drag it down? Whatever draws a Gnoll away from its clan, many instincts remain. So, the pack is a powerful force for a Gnoll, and it is difficult for a Gnoll to be alone. Whether exile or orphan, a Gnoll is drawn to find companions. This makes a Gnoll a natural member of an adventuring party which will become its surrogate clan. Although a Gnoll is likely to test and challenge other members of the party at first, seeking to establish a clear social hierarchy. Once that is in place, it will likely be loyal to its friends, to the point of laying down its life for its chosen pack. The aggressive behavior and fearsome appearance of a Gnoll can be difficult to deal with, but if you earn the friendship of a Gnoll, you'll find it to be a powerful bond. Fierce and feral, the Gnolls are truly creatures of the wild. Driven by predatory instincts, Gnolls are deadly hunters. They prefer to roam with their packs on the edges of civilization, and those who lose their clans might choose to create a new pack by joining a band of adventurers. Whew! Well, a lot of text there. So, how I put that all together, I don't know. I can't remember. This is just something I've had in my archives before the Advanced Race Guide was out. So, I think some of it I collaborated a lot of stuff that I found online, went through the Player's Guide and Legacy of Fire, and swapped some things around. So, now you know why I couldn't post all that in my about description in the video. And trying to add that as comments to YouTube, I am limited by how many characters I can type in there. So, apologize if I went through this kind of fast, but I just want to get everything out there and real quick because I don't have much time left for any more videos today, as noticed by the same damn shirt. So, hope that helps. I will, as I said, I'll make another video later on. Not as soon perhaps, but I will go through the advanced race guide and try to make a updated version of this. Really, this is plagued with over information, so hopefully that either helps or hurts, I don't know, but I will get back to it and try to refine it some more. But this was just a quick response for any of those out there who were going to get right into this right away. So, hope that helps. Thanks.